Incredible discovery, heartwarming encounter with a millionaire changes a poor girl's life forever. Maya stood at the community center, her heart pounding. Living in a world of crumbling buildings and fading dreams, she had learned how to be tough. But today, the air shimmered with something different: hope, possibilities. Her best friends, who once shared whispered dreams of better lives, now drifted into shadows of poor choices. She felt their potential slipping away, like grains of sand through her fingers. It was hard, but Maya was determined to break the cycle. Suddenly, a commotion broke out. A tall figure entered the center, capturing everyone's attention. Jack, the millionaire with a past wrapped in whispers, had come to volunteer. The way he carried himself was unlike anyone from their old neighborhood. Clean-cut and well-dressed, he seemed disconnected from their world, yet Maya sensed something familiar in him. Could he understand her struggles? She couldn't help but stare as he helped kids with art, his laughter ringing out like music. Slowly, she approached him. "Can I help?" she asked, her voice trembling but filled with a fierce resolve. He looked down at her, his eyes sparkling. "Absolutely. You have a fire in you. I can see it." That connection ignited something inside her. They spent the day chatting about dreams and aspirations. For the first time, she felt like someone truly believed in her. Hours turned into moments that felt infinite. Jack's kindness brought warmth, like sunshine breaking through the city's oppressive gloom. As they spoke, a glimmer arose: if he could make it, maybe she could too. "Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen." Now let's continue. But not everyone shared her excitement. As whispers of jealousy coiled around the center like smog, her friends shot daggers at her newfound bond. "You think he understands?" one of them scoffed. And Maya found herself defending Jack fiercely. Was he just looking for a way to feel better about himself? And what did it mean for her future? Questions churned in her mind as she grappled with the divide between their worlds. A few weeks into their partnership, an explosion of laughter filled the air during a holiday celebration at the center. Everything felt perfect until smoke billowed up. The community center caught fire. Maya's stomach sank. The place that felt safe, where dreams sparked, was suddenly engulfed in flames. As the ashes settled, despair blanketed the crowd. But in the chaos, Maya and Jack found their resolve tested. They joined forces to help rebuild. Sharing stories, laughter, and painful memories, they began to understand what community really meant and who they truly were. Yet, beneath this new alliance, old wounds simmered. Could they navigate this journey together, or were their worlds too divided? As the community rallied together in resilience, Maya felt the weight of expectations overshadowing her. The path forward shimmered, yet uncertainty loomed. Could she trust Jack? Would they heal the rift between them, or were they destined to walk separate paths? Secrets and heavy hearts whispered in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered, poised to engulf the fragile connection they had built. The mornings after the fire were filled with a familiar sense of loss that weighed heavy in the air. Maya stood at the charred remains of the community center, her heart aching. It was more than just a building, it had been a beacon of hope. She looked over at Jack, who was collecting debris, his brow furrowed in concentration. It frustrated her that, despite their efforts, they were fighting an uphill battle. "What do we do now?" she whispered, half to herself. Jack paused, glancing at the smoldering ruins. His lips pressed into a thin line. "We rebuild. Together." Maya lifted her chin. His confidence mixed with determination made her heart flicker. She felt emboldened and scared all at once, but deep down, she feared the rift growing between them. One afternoon, while emptying the last of the soot-covered paint cans, Jack turned to her. What if we turned this into an even better space? A place that brings in more kids, more activities. His voice was full of enthusiasm. What if we don't have the money? She countered, feeling the pang of reality. He smiled, that bright, infectious smile that seemed to spark light in her darkness. We find a way. Fundraisers, grants, whatever it takes. This community deserves something more. Maya's heart fluttered again, but doubt lingered like a shadow. And what about my friends? They're lost, Jack. I feel helpless. Then let us help them find their way, he said softly, stepping closer, lowering his voice. I can help you, but you have to believe in this too. His sincerity melted something inside her, urging her to let hope take root. They spent the days fixing what they could, drawing plans together for the community center. Laughter and shared dreams filled the void left by despair, rekindling the connection between them. But a dark cloud loomed. Maya's friends were growing restless, their concerns mired in frustration and hurt. Jealousy poisoned their camaraderie. You think you're better than us now, huh? Said Tara, one of her closest friends, her voice edged with bitterness one evening over a coffee that now tasted bitter and cold. Hanging out with rich folks, what do you expect? Maya felt trapped, the weight of her friend's judgment suffocating. That's not how it is, Tara. You don't see the struggle I face every day, trying to make this work. Struggling? You're here, dreaming big. Some of us don't have that luxury, Tara shot back, her eyes blazing. The words stung, and Maya felt torn. Here she was, trying to reach out a hand to help everyone, yet she was being thrown back. Days turned to weeks, and the community rallied around their efforts. The youth started to show up, drawn by the renovations. And while they painted walls and rebuilt the playground, Maya sensed Jack's growing uncertainty beneath his bright smile. He carried his own burdens, shadows from his past still clouding his eyes when he thought no one was looking. Yet, amidst their budding friendship, Maya was uncertain. Would this bond survive the secrets yet to unfold? One late evening, as they prepared for another charity event, Jack leaned in, whispering in her ear, Maya, there is something I need to tell you. His gaze faltered, and the world around her seemed to freeze. The air thickened with unspoken truths. What was he hiding? As her heart raced, she knew they were at a turning point. Would this revelation push them closer, or tear them apart? More questions stirred as shadows danced across the walls of the new center, waiting for the light to break through. Maya's heart hammered in her chest, the urgency in Jack's voice leaving her teetering on the brink of anxiety. She looked into his deep brown eyes, searching for a hint of what was to come. What is it, Jack? He hesitated, the weight of his thoughts anchoring him down. It's about the community center. Her breath caught. What about it? Jack rubbed the back of his neck, a nervous gesture that told her this wasn't going to be easy. There's a chance, a big chance we could get financial help. Help? Maya's mind raced with possibilities. From who? This guy I've been talking to. He's a millionaire, owns a big company downtown. He wants to invest in community projects. Maya felt a flicker of hope. That's amazing, Jack. But his forlorn expression dimmed her excitement. But he wants to meet with us. He's interested, but there's a catch. Of course there is, she said, feeling her chest tighten. What's the catch? Jack looked away, focusing on a distant point as if searching for strength in the darkness. He wants to hold a big event, a gala. To show off the center and its potential, but his voice trailed off. But what? He wants to feature us. You know, our involvement with the center. And if we do this, we risk more than just our names on some invitation. We could get dragged into his world. Maya felt her stomach twist. I think it could push your friends further away, he interrupted, his tone heavy with concern. In that moment, she faced a tempest within herself. The opportunity for the community was monumental, yet it was like standing at the edge of a cliff. What if we stand to lose everything? The community, our friends. The shadows between them grew palpable, thickening the air with worry. Jack stepped closer, his voice lowering to a whisper. But what if this is the only way to save it? We have to think of the kids, the future. Maya nodded slowly, but doubt continued to cloud her heart. And what about Tara? I can't lose her because of this. We won't lose anyone unless we don't try, Jack said, a fire igniting in his eyes. Let us bring them in, involve them in the event. Make them feel a part of it, in charge of the direction of this place. A breath of hope crept back in, but still, uncertainty gnawed at her. What if they don't want to be involved? What if it deepens the divide? Jack sighed, frustration flickering across his face. Then we fight for it, Maya. It's all we can do. His unwavering determination sent a spark of confidence through her. Okay, let us do it. But we go in prepared. We'll make sure everyone knows they're still valued. Just as resolve settled over them, the door swung open, revealing Tara, her expression fierce and wary. Maya, we need to talk. This isn't over. The air thickened again, tension breaking like storm clouds overhead. Maya exchanged a quick glance with Jack, the churning emotions matched by the uncertainty of tomorrow. She braced herself, knowing this might spiral into a deeper conflict. But she also recognized it as a potential turning point. What lay ahead could chart a new course both for the community center and the fragile friendships she fought so hard to preserve. Okay, Maya said, steadying her breath. Let us see what happens next. As they faced their friend, whose loyalty tested with resentments, Maya felt the weight of decisions she hadn't anticipated. Would they emerge stronger from this encounter, or shatter the already fragile bonds? With hearts set on the journey ahead, every moment held promise and peril. What unraveled next could either bind them together or pull them apart, but one undeniable truth loomed: change was upon them. Tara's eyes sparked with a mixture of anger and hurt. What do you mean, it isn't over? Maya's heart sank. She had hoped for a moment of peace, a chance for everyone to gather together and strategize. Instead, an emotional storm brewed, threatening to unleash chaos. I heard you two talking, Tara snapped, her voice trembling. You think involving a rich guy is the answer? It's just going to make things worse. You don't know what he might want in return. Maya felt her cheeks flush. Tara, please listen. This is a chance not just to save the center but to bring our community together. We can make it work. A chance? Or a chance to betray everything we've built? Tara shot back, glaring at Jack as if he were the source of all problems. You think this is right? Jack stepped forward, trying to engage her. Tara, think about the kids. We all want the same thing here. His voice was calm but firm. Do we? Or are some of us simply willing to sacrifice our integrity for a quick fix? Tara replied, her tone icy, but beneath the surface, Maya could see the cracks of vulnerability. Maya's heart twisted. Tara was right to question everything. This felt too easy, a lifeline thrown by a stranger. But wasn't it also terribly tempting? The glitter of opportunity sparkled before her like the stars on a clear night. We won't be alone in this, Maya insisted. We can invite everyone. This could be their event, their voice. Tara crossed her arms, her stance defiant. You think everyone will just jump on board because you say so? You think they'll trust that guy? They see you both as sellouts. The accusation cut through Maya like a knife. She took a shaky breath, organizing her scattered thoughts, but instead of fighting back, she softened. Tara, I don't want us to be enemies. We need each other now more than ever. Jack stepped closer to Maya, sensing her struggle. Please, let us sit down. Have a real conversation. We can work together to face this. We don't need to let fear dictate our choices. The room hung heavy with tension, an electric charge that made Maya's skin prickle. Tara's shoulders dropped slightly, the anger mixing with uncertainty. You two have no idea what it's like to feel betrayed. Not now, not ever. I understand what it means to feel lost, Jack replied, his voice low and earnest. I've been there too. And I'd like to think I'm fighting for all of us. I can't imagine how you feel, but give us a chance to show you we're not just jumping into this blindly. Maya could see Tara's resolve wavering. For a brief moment, the fire in her eyes softened. You really believe this will help? Maya nodded, conviction swirling in her chest. I do. But it's about all of us. We have to work together, every one of us. If we're united, we'll give the community a choice on how to shape this event. After what felt like an eternity, Tara let out a small, frustrated sigh. Fine. But if you really want this to succeed, we need to set ground rules. We need transparency every step of the way. Deal, Jack agreed with a grateful smile, relief flooding him. Maya felt the weight of the world shift with that single breath of understanding. She grabbed Tara's hand, squeezing it tightly, like a lifeline. We can do this. This could be the beginning of changing the narrative. As resolution filled the air, the three of them shared uncertain smiles. They'd opened the door to a convoluted path ahead, but at least now it was one they would walk together. Yet, as they began discussing plans and ideas, the door to the community center swung open again, revealing another familiar figure, Tara's brother, Alex. He stood there, eyes wide with excitement. You guys. You won't believe who I just met. Before they could respond, Alex rushed in, and Maya felt a knot of anxiety tighten in her stomach. What news could shift everything again? Alex, wait. She called out, but he was already speaking, the urgency in his voice cutting through the moment. As dread mingled with curiosity, Maya braced herself for what might come next. She could feel the tide turning once more, and it left her. Wondering, was this news going to help them, or was it just another layer of complexity to unravel? Alex's enthusiasm filled the room like a gust of wind, lifting the heaviness from earlier but leaving a trail of uncertainty behind. I just met Hannah Williams. He exclaimed, barely allowing anyone a moment to respond. She's a local artist, and she's doing amazing things with her work. I swear, we have to get her involved in the event. Maya blinked, momentarily stunned. The name sounded familiar. Hannah Williams was known for her vibrant installations and community-driven projects. But the excitement rolling off Alex felt almost too good to be true. Hannah? You mean the one who? Yeah. The same. She was at the market, just a few blocks from here. And get this, she's actually interested in helping us. His eyes sparkled, his infectious energy igniting a flicker of hope in Maya. Tara's expression shifted, the skepticism still lurking beneath the surface. And what does she want in return? She asked, crossing her arms again, the protective instinct flaring up. She just wants to give back, Alex insisted, his tone earnest. She mentioned something about supporting local communities and using her art to inspire change. I didn't get all the details, I was too excited. But trust me, she's passionate about making a difference. Maya could see Tara weighing the possibilities, her mind racing. Was this the missing piece they needed? And why would she want to get involved with us? Tara challenged, a hint of doubt creeping back in. We're struggling, we're barely holding it together as it is. Because she cares. Alex shot back. This isn't just about the center. It's about bringing people together. Think about it. If people see a local hero like Hannah, they might actually get involved. They'll trust us again. This could change everything. Maya felt the tiny embers of optimism start to spark inside her. What if we invite her to the next meeting? Let her see what we're trying to do and how much her involvement could mean for us. It's worth a shot, right? I don't know. Tara hesitated, the struggle between her instinct to protect and a flickering hope in Maya's voice waging war inside her. What if she pulls out? What if this just makes everything worse? Alex caught her gaze, sincerity spilling from him. But what if it doesn't? What if this is the opportunity we've been waiting for? We can't keep fighting from a place of fear. We need to give it a try. As silence enveloped the room, Maya felt the collective weight of doubt hanging heavy in the air. Yet, there was something beautiful about how they were navigating this tumult. They were starting to open up, starting to trust each other, and that felt important. Let's put it to a vote, she finally suggested. If Tara's on board, I'll reach out to Hannah. Tara raised an eyebrow, knowing she was being pulled further into the fray. Fine. But if this blows up in our faces, she let the threat linger in the air, biting back the worry that nagged at her. Maya took a breath, trying to quash her own trepidation. If it does, we face it together. A newfound strength grew within her, amplified by the solidarity of her friends. As the conversation shifted to logistics, laughter, and ideas bouncing around the room, Maya couldn't shake the pulse of anticipation running through her veins. The prospect of working with Hannah was exhilarating, but would it be enough to pull their community back together? Just as they were beginning to write down plans, Alex's phone buzzed, catching everyone's attention. It's her. Hannah just messaged me. Maya's heart raced as Alex opened the message, her thoughts in a whirl. Had they truly connected with someone who could help, or were they just chasing an illusion? As Alex's face lit up with excitement, Maya held her breath. What if the answer held the key to everything? Yet, as the words began to form on the screen, she felt a tightening knot in her stomach, wondering just what this twist of fate would mean for them all. Alex squinted at the screen, reading the message aloud. His voice trembled with excitement. She wants to meet. Tomorrow afternoon at the gallery. She thinks our ideas for the community center sound amazing and wants to discuss how she can help. Tara's arms unfolded slowly as disbelief washed over her face. Wait, tomorrow? Just like that? Yeah. Alex nodded eagerly, trying to share their enthusiasm. Can you believe it? She's interested in what we're doing. Maya felt her heartbeat quicken, a blend of hope and fear swirling in her chest. What do we need to do? Tara pushed a lock of hair behind her ear, her brow knitted with worry. Do we really have everything ready for an artist? This isn't just any meeting. Hannah's reputation is solid. What if we disappoint her? What if we can't sell her on our dreams? Alex waved away her concerns. We'll do our best. This is our shot. We strategize, we focus on our mission, and we show her how much we need her involvement. It's all we can do. Maya nodded, feeling the residual doubt inside her starting to ease. She glanced at Tara, gauging her mood, hoping to find some flicker of optimism. We can present our ideas like we mean it. She'll see how much potential we have. Tara studied them both closely before finally relenting with a slight nod. All right. Let us meet tomorrow. But let us put together a solid pitch. I don't want to waste this opportunity. Feeling energized, the trio quickly gathered around the table, brainstorming while scribbling notes furiously. Ideas flew back and forth, each more ambitious than the last. They outlined community programs, art classes, and events that would breathe life into their center. Maya's spirits soared with each suggestion, her heart swelling with the thought of revival. Later that night, as Maya sat in her small kitchen surrounded by old, weathered walls, she reflected on their plans. The flickering candle cast dancing shadows as hope tentatively enveloped her. She thought about the dream Hannah could help them create a space where voices could flourish, where every brushstroke had a story. But a question lingered in the back of her mind, as urgent as her longing for transformation. What if they did all this preparation, and it still wasn't enough? What if Hannah walked away disappointed or indifferent? Inhaling deeply, she shook her head. Stay positive, she whispered to herself. She set the candle down, trying to cast away the doubts clinging to her like cobwebs. They had worked hard, and that effort would shine through. The next day dawned bright and promising. The sun bathed the gallery in golden light as they prepared for their meeting. Maya felt that familiar electric buzz of anticipation coursing through her veins. They arrived early, the atmosphere charged with nervous energy. Tara paced, fidgeting while Alex tried to calm her down with jokes. Maya merely stood at the entrance, eyes scanning the venue, imagining Hannah's arrival. Suddenly, the gallery door swung open. Maya's breath hitched as she laid eyes on Hannah. She was even more vibrant in person. Her aura radiated warmth, and her smile could light up the darkest corners of doubt. Maya's heart raced, the room felt alive with possibilities. As they exchanged greetings, Maya sensed something stirring within her, a feeling of undeniable momentum. But just as she began to feel hopeful, she noticed someone lingering at the back of the gallery, his presence almost overshadowing Hannah's brilliance. A tall figure with an air of authority, observing them closely. Maya couldn't shake the feeling that he was important. Was he with Hannah? Or someone else entirely? Why did he seem to be watching them with such intense focus? Her heart sank as uncertainty crept back in. Would this meeting turn into a night filled with surprises and unknowns? And what would happen if their plans crumbled right before her eyes? With a hopeful glance back at her friends, she stepped forward. Whatever lay ahead, one thing echoed fiercely in her heart: this meeting was only the beginning. Maya took a deep breath, steeling herself as she approached Hannah. The vibrant artist's smile was infectious, and for a moment, all of Maya's worries melted away. But the tall figure lingered in her mind, a shadow that refused to fade. She tried to shake it off, to focus on the present. "Thank you for meeting with us, Hannah," Tara said, her voice steady, but Maya sensed the tremor beneath the surface. "We're really excited to share our vision for the community center." Hannah leaned in, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "I've heard so much about the ideas you all shared already. I want to know more. Let us see what you've got." Alex stepped forward, flipping open the presentation binder they'd worked tirelessly to prepare. As he began, Maya watched the room transform. The gallery was alive with colors, sounds, and inspiring energy. But every so often, her gaze darted back to the tall man, who remained quiet but attentive. There was something unsettling about his stillness. As they began sharing their plans, art classes for kids, music workshops, local showcases, Maya's confidence grew. Hannah was invested, nodding as if she could envision every detail they discussed. "This can really impact the community," Hannah exclaimed, her enthusiasm lighting up the room. "But let us dig deeper. How do you plan to reach everyone? What is your strategy for engagement?" Maya felt a pulse of warmth at the question. "We want to use local resources, partners, and ambassadors who can help us spread the word. It's about building relationships, not just activities." Suddenly, the man's voice cut through the energy like a cold wind. "And what if nobody shows up? What if your ideas don't resonate? You aren't prepared for the harsh realities of running a community space." Maya's heart dropped. He was watching her closely, as if dissecting her every reaction. She opened her mouth, but words failed her. Hannah shot a glare in the man's direction. "That's not the spirit we need here. The potential of this project is enormous. We want to inspire and create a positive space, not dwell on what-ifs." A wave of gratitude washed over Maya for Hannah's fierce support. This was her moment, she realized. With resolve, she stepped up again. "We know there are risks, but we believe in our community. We've seen the hunger for creativity and connection. That's why we're here." There was a brief silence. For a heartbeat, Maya felt a collective breath held in the room as everyone absorbed her words. The tall man remained impassive, but she caught a flicker of surprise in his eyes. Hannah smiled warmly at Maya, clearly impressed. "Exactly. Passion is the foundation. If you can demonstrate the need in your community, the right people will rally behind you, she said, her voice filled with conviction. But something about the tall man's stare still unnerved her. Why was he still there? Who was he really, and what was his interest? The questions chased her thoughts even as the conversation continued, ideas flowing effortlessly amongst them again. Eventually, they wrapped up. Maya felt a swell of pride as she stood beside her friends, feeling the palpable excitement in the air. Hannah suggested additional meetings, ways to collaborate. I want to help you take this further, truly, she said, words brimming with promise. Yet as they exchanged goodbyes, the tall man stepped forward again, addressing Hannah. You know, they really might need guidance beyond a few goodwill chats. You don't throw money at a community project on whim, Hannah. Hannah's expression soured. They don't need doubt. They need support to thrive. And they will get it. Maya's heart raced. Ignoring the tension, she and her friends shared glances filled with hope. They had passed the first hurdle, but what lay ahead? As the meeting ended, Maya felt her resolve strengthen. They had come so far, but the tall man's departure left her with an unsettling feeling. Who was he? And why had he been watching so closely? Their journey wasn't over. The real challenge loomed ahead, navigating new relationships, their vision, and the potential fallout from doubters. Stepping out into the busy street, she took a deep breath, her heart alight with possibilities. Just as they made plans to celebrate, she felt a spark of concern ignite within her. What if they couldn't keep Hannah's promise alive in the face of future obstacles? Would their dreams slip away before they'd even caught a glimpse? Sunlight filtered through the trees, casting playful patterns on the sidewalk as Maya and her friends strolled down Main Street, the weight of their meeting slowly lifting from their shoulders. Laughter mingled with the sounds of street performers, filling the air with a vibrant energy that seemed to enhance their spirits. Can you believe how well it went? Tara beamed, her smile infectious. I really think we have a shot at this. Maya felt the excitement bubble within her. Absolutely. And Hannah wants to meet again. We'll go even bigger. But just as Maya started to relax, her mind flickered back to the shadowy figure lurking at the edge of their meeting. Wait, did anyone else feel odd about that guy? She asked, her brows knitting together as she glanced at Tara and Alex. It's true, he was intimidating, Alex agreed, his tone thoughtful. But I think Hannah has our backs. We shouldn't let one skeptic ruin our momentum. You're right, Maya replied, but the unsettled feeling remained. Still, we need to keep our eyes open. What if he tries to undermine us? They turned a corner, and the community center's future felt a little more secure amid such camaraderie. They stopped at the park, ready to soak in the warmth of the sun. Maya took a seat on one of the benches, feeling the urge to express her thoughts. What if we turn that doubt into fuel? I mean, if we can show that we're resilient, maybe we can draw even more support. Incredible idea. Tara exclaimed. We could organize a kickoff event, something to show just how vibrant our community can be. As they brainstormed ideas, Maya's heart raced with the prospect of breathing life into their aspirations. Just then, a flash of movement caught her eye. There he was, the tall man from before, leaning against a tree at the edge of the park, a look of bemusement playing on his lips. Is he following us? Alex's voice dropped to a whisper, eyes wide. I don't know, Maya replied, frustration surging through her. Should we confront him? Before they could decide, the man pushed off the tree and approached them, his presence imposing yet curious. I didn't mean to intrude, he said, his voice calm but resonating with authority. I just wanted to hear your ideas. I didn't expect such passion from a group like you. Maya's heart sank. What did he want now? We're just trying to make a difference, she replied, half defensive. He nodded, stepping closer. I see that. But making a difference isn't just about passion. It requires strategy and funding. And I have resources you might not have considered. What do you mean? Tara asked, skepticism painting her voice. I'm not here to undermine. Rather, I'm offering guidance, he explained, his demeanor shifting to something almost affable. I know the struggles of running community projects. The reality is tough, but it can be rewarding with the right push. Maya's adrenaline kicked in. And why would you want to help us? She pressed, feeling her heart race. What's in it for you? Maybe I just see a spark of potential here, one that reminds me of my own journey, he replied, his gaze steady. You'd be surprised how often the ones who doubt actually want to see you succeed. They just test your strength. Maya exchanged glances with Tara and Alex, unsure of whether to trust him. But something about his honesty poked at her instincts. What do you propose? She asked, her heart beating faster. His smile turned enigmatic. A meeting of our own, away from the crowd. Let us see how we can turn your vision into something fruitful, but it'll require work, commitment, and a willingness to listen. As he lingered a moment longer, Maya realized this could be a pivotal crossroads. Could he be the ally they needed, or another obstacle in disguise? What if their journey was about to take a turn they never saw coming? Maya's heart pounded as the man's proposal hung in the air. She glanced at Tara and Alex, searching their faces for any hint of doubt or support. The moment stretched out, heavy with uncertainty, then Alex broke the silence. What's the catch? He inquired, arms crossed defensively. The man's expression didn't change, but there was a flicker in his eye that suggested he appreciated the question. No catch, he said slowly, almost like he was savoring the words. But commitment and trust are crucial. I want to see how you think and feel, and perhaps guide you through a few hurdles. Maya studied him, wary but intrigued. So, you want to mentor us? Why us? Because I see potential, he replied earnestly, fingers brushing against his chin thoughtfully. You have a vision that could spark change. He paused, taking a breath as if choosing his next words carefully. It's rare to find that kind of passion alongside youthful enthusiasm. It's powerful, and it deserves a chance. Maya felt a swell of hope. Maybe he was right, maybe they did have something special. Yet nagging doubts whispered in the back of her mind. Okay, she said, her voice steady. But we need to know more about you. Why should we trust you? The man nodded, an approving smile on his face. Fair enough. Let us meet tomorrow. I'll bring a proposal, not just my intentions, but a clear plan. If you don't like it, you can refuse. No hard feelings. Tara leaned closer to Maya, her excitement barely contained. This could be a huge opportunity. What do you think? Maya bit her lip, weighing her options. Something was stirring inside her, a flicker of hope battling against doubt. All right, we'll meet, she finally said, her voice a mix of determination and uncertainty. Fantastic. He said, clapping his hands together. Let us make it happen. As he stepped back, a strange mixture of exhilaration and apprehension washed over Maya. The man turned to leave, and for a moment, she couldn't look away. There was a glint of something earnestness. Ambition? That made her think he just might be sincere. Once he was gone, a flurry of questions filled the air. Do you think he is genuine? Tara asked, biting her nails nervously. I don't know, Maya confessed, her mind racing. She needed to tread carefully but also recognize the chance for something bigger. But we can't ignore this possibility. If he is really offering help, we'll need to be ready for anything. Let us think about our goals for tomorrow, Alex suggested, furrowing his brows in thought. We should have a list of what we need. Exactly, Maya replied. We need to show him we mean business. If we're going to do this, we do it right. The idea of a meeting icy breathed with uncertainty ignited something within. A sense of purpose. They quickly gathered their thoughts, brainstorming their expectations, wild ideas spilling out into the evening air, and for the first time in days, Maya felt light. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, she felt a sense of possibility unfurling before her. But the worry lingered in her chest. Could they trust this man, or would he unwrap burdens they couldn't bear? With that question looming, they parted ways that evening, Maya's mind racing. Tomorrow could change everything. What if meeting him led them to a chance that not only changed their community but also their lives forever? What if? The next day dawned with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. Maya paced around her small apartment, the sunlight streaming through the window like golden threads weaving hope into her thoughts. Today could shift everything. Or it could unravel it all. She arrived at the agreed meeting spot, a cozy cafe buzzing with the chatter of patrons. The smell of fresh coffee filled the air, but Maya's stomach churned. Tara and Alex were already seated at a corner table, both wearing determined expressions mixed with nerves. "Do you think he'll actually show?" Tara asked, tucking a loose strand of hair behind her ear for the umpteenth time. "He will," Maya replied, trying to sound confident. "He talked a big game, he wouldn't back out just like that." Moments later, the bell above the door chimed and in walked the tall man. His confident stride was somehow both comforting and intimidating. Maya's pulse quickened, her mind racing as he approached. "Good to see you all again," he said, settling into the empty chair. "I'm glad we're moving forward." Maya nodded, her heart pounding in her chest. "Let us get straight to it then," she said, waiting for him to present his proposal, her words holding a hint of urgency. He smiled, pulling out a neatly organized folder from his bag. "I've laid out a strategy that aligns with your vision while giving it the funding it needs to succeed." Her heart flickered with excitement as he opened the folder and began to explain. His plan outlined potential partnerships, local business sponsorships, and grants tailored to community projects. "And the best part is," he continued, "I can connect you with people who believe in the vision as much as you do." Questions raced through Maya's mind, intertwining with an exhilarating rush. "What's the catch?" she asked bluntly, not wanting to be naive. He studied her for a moment, the atmosphere thickening with tension. "The catch is simple. You need to commit to this. It requires hard work and transparency. I'm offering support, but you have to put in the effort alongside it." Maya exchanged glances with Tara and Alex, who were both absorbing the information like parched earth soaking up rain. "That's fair," she finally said. "We can commit." "That's what I like to hear," he grinned, leaning in. "Let us make this community center a real hub. We can host arts, culture, and activities that connect everyone again." The energy in the room shifted, electric with possibility. Without thinking, Maya leaned forward. This could bring everyone together. The kids, the adults, the artists, everyone. But we have to keep the community involved every step of the way. "Absolutely," he agreed, nodding. "You'll be the ones to drive this. I'll simply offer guidance because you're the heart of the initiative." Maya felt a swell of pride rise from deep within her. She could envision the community center alive with laughter, hope, and creativity, the dreams of her friends coming to life. A collective spirit, their spirit was ready to break free. Tara finally spoke up, her voice steady, "We want to ensure our friends are part of this. No one left behind." "Then let us include them," he confirmed, his eyes shining with belief. "After all, they need to see what impact they can make. I can arrange a community meeting, gather input from everyone." Before Maya could reply, the cafe doors swung open, and in walked Hannah, radiating positivity. "I heard the news," she exclaimed, spotting Maya and the man. "What did I miss?" The tall man smiled at her warmly. "We're about to make magic happen." As they filled Hannah in on the plan, those around them became engulfed in conversation, excitement rippling through the air like a wave. Maya's heart soared. Together, they were weaving a tapestry of renewal, a chance to reclaim hope. Hours passed, they collaborated on every aspect, their vision transforming into a concrete plan. Ideas sparked like fireworks as they mapped out events and community engagement strategies. The laughter and chatter blended seamlessly. Something within Maya began to uncoil, releasing the tension that had weighed her down. As the meeting wrapped up, Maya felt a whirlwind of emotions buzzing within. They had done it. They'd taken steps forward, and it felt right. Perhaps trust wasn't just given, perhaps it was built through shared labor, commitment, and authenticity. As they left the cafe, Maya's stomach tingled with hope and excitement. It was time to reach out, to gather their friends, forge their community into something greater. They wouldn't back down. In the following weeks, the community rallied around Maya and the group. Fundraisers brought in money, local businesses offered support, and the surrounding neighborhoods began to buzz with energy. The renewed community center gained momentum, shaping into a place people wanted to be, uniting the old friendships and sparking new ones. But as each brick was laid, challenges cropped up. Old tensions resurfaced with her friends who still harbored doubts and bitterness towards her. Tara struggled with the success, feeling overshadowed amidst the positivity, clashing with the new partnerships, while Alex felt the weight of expectations as the outreach work deepened their involvement. One evening, unable to sleep, Maya stepped outside. The stars twinkled above like the scattered dreams she had always held close. She thought about her friends and the division, about the weight of hope against reality. This wasn't going to be easy, and the realization pressed heavily on her chest. Gathering her friends, she opened up, her voice tremulous with emotion. I know it hasn't been smooth. I feel the hesitation, the resentments, and I want us to confront this together. I want us to support each other. Can we do that? The air shifted as they exchanged surprised glances. I didn't think you'd understand, Tara whispered, her voice breaking through the tension. Of course I understand, Maya responded, tears pricking at her eyes. But we can't let insecurity drive us apart. Look how far we've come. If we can come together through this, we can extend the same spirit to everyone else. Gradually, they began to bridge the emotional divides. Their shared laughter echoed, like the rebirth of a connection that had felt so fragile only days before. Maya felt warmth swell in her heart. As they worked together on final touches for the opening gala, tensions eased, communication blossomed. They were a team, united in passion. On the night of the event, the community center transformed into a luminous haven, filled with music, laughter, and vibrant art by Hannah. With each smiling face, Maya felt gratitude surge. This was a reflection of resilience, a testament to their journey. The space buzzed with creativity, dreams unfurling like petals, ready to bloom. A wave of security flowed through her, they had built this together. In that moment, standing among friends and community, Maya understood something vital, they had indeed transformed. As the night drew to a close, she caught Jack's eyes from across the crowd. He smiled at her, pride radiating from him. And as she stepped towards him, her heart full, she knew this was a new beginning not just for her but for everyone around her. They'd rewritten their stories, and their future glimmered brightly ahead. Now, if you felt inspired by this journey, it's time to take action. You need to subscribe now to follow more stories like this one. This is the moment to show your support. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and keep this community thriving. Comment your thoughts and feelings about this incredible transformation. Share instantly this story with at least 5 friends who need to see how powerful change can be. Don't wait not even one more second to support these inspiring tales. Together we can make a difference.